Hey, we're back here at JC's Comics and More, your pop culture superstore at 6725 West Central Avenue. That is Toledo, Ohio, 43617 419 531 6097. This is Tuesday, of course, the day before New Comics Day. So we get to open up our boxes and see what's in these boxes. And as per usual, we've got damages to the boxes. So what does that mean? That the comics on the inside are going to look like? Well, we can't hold back the day. We're going to have to check these things out and see how they look. Hopefully not very bad. Sometimes you just never know. Sometimes they look bad, but sometimes they're not quite as bad as they look. Sometimes they don't look very bad at all, and then they are very, very bad. So let's crack open. We're gonna crack open that first box there. You see, this one has been all retaped too, and that's never a good sign. It's never a good sign when the box has been retaped, because chances are Diamond didn't retape it. It's UPS that retaped it. So let's check this box. The small one out first. Of course, we got the bubble wrap, and we got a bunch of, looks like a bunch of little golden books. I love these things. These things are great. Read little golden books as a kid. I'm glad that they're coming out with them again. And you got a lot of really cool stuff for young readers out there, because we need young readers to become comic readers as they get older. Those things are always good. I just wish I could keep them in stock. Got issue 1 of Amazing Spider-Man. This is probably a 1 in 50 variant. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to have to check. Got this John Romita variant here. Hard to say if this one may not go out for sale. It's a great, and illustrated by Terry Austin, except the Shocker does not have eyes. Got some promo posters to put up. This big poster here from Robert Kirkman. We'll see how that's how that will do. On sale now. It's like the only thing in here is a box of probably items that were damaged that they're sending me replacement copies for. So let's have a look-see here. Ah, yes. Some more Amazing Spider-Man 800s that I had that were damaged initially, and then now they're replacing them. Almost 4 weeks later. Very timely. Getting these things just when people still want them. Okay. Take a look at this box, this next box here. See what's in that box. See what's there as far as people want. Okay. Amazing Spider-Man 1 Day. We got some of DC's The Immortal Men. I'll set these babies aside. I wish this was an actual stack of FF112s. Rather than the reprint. It's such a great book. I read this as a kid, and John Buscema, I think that's when I was first exposed to his artwork, changed me. Just his storytelling is just, if you don't know, go find out. Got a Greg Land variant there. Looks like we got X-Men Blue. Magneto looks pretty pissed in that. But he's Magneto. That's what he does. Somebody took his Eggo waffles. Or maybe he didn't get a Snickers bar. J. Scott Campbell's Danger Girl Gallery edition. It'd be really great if J. Scott Campbell actually did comics these days, but he no longer does comics. We've got the Kiss Army of Darkness, the final issue of that. The Incredibles. Why they haven't done an Incredibles comic before this is beyond me, but Dark Horse finally took it upon themselves. Quicksilver No Surrender. Look, the first issue is okay. Never read the second issue. I'll have to read the second and read this issue here, because maybe it's better than the first issue. First issue I thought was pretty poor. Artwork I thought was pretty subpar. That's par for the course for Marvel. But it's got a decent cover on that issue at least. And we have some of the Aliens Dust to Dust 2. Somebody's going to be happy about that. I'm not happy about these covers. Again, I've addressed it before. Covers with no logos or anything makes it hard for me to sell the product. So I try to order in hopes that they sell out the first week they come out, because the first week they're out, all the comics are full-faced. Here we got Action Comics, Superman #1 actually, the Adam Hughes cover. And somebody, you know, you got to pay for that phone booth there, Superman. You can't just be busting stuff up. But again, should have something here, maybe Superman #1. You know, try to push the fact this is a #1 DC. This is Bendis' baby, right? And there should be more of those Supermans elsewhere, because I ordered more than just like 5 copies. Here's a variant edition for Spider-Man 1, Greg Land again. Good stuff by Greg Land. Looking forward to sit down and reading this once like we get all the comics processed. And for being a banged up corner, those came out of there. Again, you just never know. Sometimes you think stuff is going to be destroyed, sometimes it's not. We've got the David Mack Superman cover right here. Again, would it kill you to put the logo on there someplace, people? Next, Oblivious Sun. Got to check these out to make sure that there isn't anything hidden. They put a little hidden frog on the last one. You never know what Image is doing these days. Keep you on your toes. You know, they've changed the color of the signatures on some of these, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, on eBay they're going for $40. You're caught with your pants down, because you're not checking every little detail. Darth Vader Galactic Icons variant with Darth Vader on it, as well it should. Infinite Countdown with Darkhawk. People are excited about this. Darkhawk was a cool character back in the day. He certainly can be again. Another Virgin art cover. I guess DC, I guess their cover Bs are all going to be this way now. So I should be increasing my orders on them. My 3 copies of Ms. Marvel. I buy 3 copies because that's how well it sells. 2018 cosplay special for Grimm's Fairy Tales. That looks like something you want to play with. He's Brawn. Looks like Brainiac 5 to me. And Ironheart debuts her new armor. Let's take a look at this armor. From first look, it looks pretty bad. Is that Ironheart or is that the Wasp? That's really, really bad looking. Really, really bad looking. Doesn't look like armor at all. Really, really bad looking. Sorry, that's my opinion. Get that set aside for a customer. We got our Darth Vader number 18s, and I have to put this on pause this because the phone is ringing. Okay, got Red Sonja, got Archie, Coda, the Musketeers, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Virgin variant, and let me grab that phone again. Okay, took care of the phone call and then pulled some books out real quick, make this go a little bit faster so this thing isn't a 30-minute video. We got Deadpool Assassin, that's one of the variant covers. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen are back, so that's what Kevin O'Neill's been doing. We got Nancy Drew, got the new Crow, BPRD, got Shanna, or Sheena, Monstrous, DuckTales. We've got some other comics in here as well. Looks like the Turtles Urban Legends. We got that. More, I was going to say more copies of Amazing Spider-Man 1, but they're not. This is Renew Your Vows. Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows. This book has been very hit or miss. Some issues very, very good. Some issues not quite as much. So, Optimus Prime, that's set aside for a customer. You got Musketeers. Again, very cool. You got a variant cover on X-23, or isn't this all new Wolverine? See, they've got different costumes that maybe you can choose from. Got the new issue of Flash, Flash number 50, Flash War Part 4. And let's see what else is in this box here. Let's set these flashes aside. They all appear to be in good shape. These Detective Comics. Rest of the Immortal Men. Jim Lee does the covers, but he couldn't even do 2 issues. It's a shame. People really love his artwork, and it's too bad that he can't really be bothered into doing 2 issues. We've got Star Wars Throne. I believe that's the last issue of this miniseries. Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Excuse me. I'm allergic to squirrels. Tomb Raider. Got all these copies set aside for customers as well. Some books like Tomb Raider, I no longer buy any extra copies, shelf copies. Everything we buy is on a non-returnable basis. That's why you'll very rarely see any Xenoscope comics. I like to carry them, but let me show you over here why I don't carry shelf copies of Xenoscope any longer. This right here. This right here. If you add these up, this is probably several hundreds of dollars of my cost. Several hundreds of dollars my cost I cannot touch. In fact, all these comics that you see along here and down there. Probably well over $70,000 my cost of comics that I just can't snap my fingers and have them disappear, because everything we buy is on a non-returnable basis. So certainly remember that, for your retailers. We take a lot of risk in bringing you product every week. Got some more of the Adam Hughes Superman 1 covers. We have not found the regular Superman covers yet. And it seems like this with Catwoman, they've gone from the glossy paper to more, not quite a new stock, a newsstand, new stock paper, paper stock, but certainly things to lessen cost, and they weigh a lot less too. Got New Black Science, Suicide Squad Virgin cover, the other copy of Optimus Prime. We've got a Digisaurus cover there. Looks like the rest of my Deadpool Assassins, with great art by Mark Bagley. Mark is quite the storyteller. This stuff is always amazing to look at. I love Mark's artwork. We were lucky enough to have Mark here back in the 90s. Certainly a thrill for me. Titans 23. It's Ms. Martian. The incentive cover on the Turtles. It's like we have some of the Old Man Logans in here, which kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen to Old Man Logan after real Logan comes back. But he's taking on Bullseye. Because Bullseye has gotten tired of beating up Daredevil. New Grimm's Fairy Tales again. Let's get this box out of the way so I can bring the other box over here. And pause this while I bring that box over. Okay. Let's see what's in this box here. Certainly helps when you open it. I thought I'd open it over there, but I think I decided not to. See some neat stuff right here. Sexy Red Sonja. Don't get in her way. That's a nice costume. Set that aside. We've got Walt Disney Showcase. Look, Red Sonja was on top of Walt Disney Showcase. New issue Wonder Woman number 50. 50 issues already. Been 3 years since Rebirth has started. And even though they don't call it Rebirth any longer, DC really hit it out of the park with that. Got the one. This is not a Rick and Morty Carl Jr. ad though. New issue of Nancy Drew. The Bab Star cover. I'm sure it's going to be a hot cover. People will be trying to snatch them babies up. Got Resident Evil being set aside for somebody as is this issue of Grimm's Fairy Tales, Grimm's Fairy Tales, Tales of Terror. That copy is being put out. Here we've got some more variant covers of the Amazing Spider-Man 1. Ooh, spoiler. There was an ad for Cloak and Dagger. Got the Kingpins involved. Daredevil's there. Human Torch is there. Iron Man's there. Looks like the Vision as he should look. There's the old classic Vision cover. That's so very, very cool. Very, 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 very cool. Thank you, Ryan Otley, for doing that. Lots of copies of Amazing Spider-Man to get counted out. Not run across the normal cover yet. But lots of these covers here. And thankfully, it's not $9.99. That really killed the sales on Amazing 800 by making those things $10. New Digithoris. More copies of Aliens Dust to Dust. Got a good customers getting both covers. Gotta make sure they're set aside for them. We've got the Superman blank variants, so you can draw. You can actually have them draw on that, and you can get an artist to draw twice. It's nice that they're putting those protective covers on there. Again, we still have to find the regular covers for Bendis' Superman. Whereas Marvel, they still just have just the regular, not putting a protective cover over the blank cover. Gold Digger, set aside for a customer. We've got some Hawkman Virgin variants with a great dragon on the front. Hawkman's getting ready to kick some incredible ass. Okay, the first of my damages. Got a banged up corner there, so we'll set that aside and call that in here. Looks like some of these Plastic Man's got a banged up corner on this Plastic Man here, so that will be set aside as well. But those rest of those Plastic Mans look okay. Okay. Got some giveaways for Spider-Man. So people buy a copy of Spider-Man, they get this giveaway. Let's crack this open right now and see exactly what's in this. Behind the scenes. Get to see some penciled pages. You got Thor looking badass. You get the Thing. And all the characters look pretty good. So it looks like this is just penciled pages for the new issue. So, be sure and set those aside. Front cover of that kind of looks a little Eric Larson-ish. Eric did a very incredible run on Amazing Spider-Man way back in the day. Outpost Zero, we'll have to check that out. new from Image. We've got some other promos from Image. I have to make sure those get given away. Sometimes you forget a little bit. Farmland or Farmhand from Image. Looks like he's growing zombies or something there. Another cover to the Crow. Got the new issue of Domino with the Greg Land cover. She's with the Master of Kung Fu. The artwork doesn't look too bad. Get these all counted out once I have these books all out. Flash Virgin cover looks very, very cool. I'm not sure, it might be Josh Middleton. Variant cover. Francesco. And they've changed from the different paper stock with this as well. People complaining that DC raised their prices from $2.99 to $3.99. They don't realize that Marvel does no comics at $2.99. DC's kept their comics at $2.99 for a very, very long time. When they started their old Hold the Line promotion, that's probably been at least a good 6-7 years. So I certainly don't blame DC if they're raising their prices now. As expensive as comics might be, yeah, maybe they are a little bit more expensive than what they should be. One thing that's even more expensive, and I found out the other day, I had a couple sympathy cards to buy for a couple of friends of mine that lost some loved ones recently, and very, very sad. This has been a bad year for myself and for some friends of mine as far as losing loved ones. Sympathy card, you know, $5-6 for a card. To me, that is, they're taking advantage of your pain. Something that should not cost that much. I mean, it's certainly, you don't certainly get I guess the value, if you want to say it, as a comic book. You know, the card itself is, you know, you've got a card here, and that's it. That's all you get. And this is, you know, $4.70. You want to express your condolences, but boy, oh boy, these things could be so much cheaper. There's no need to gouge people in their time of sorrow, that you want to express the sorrow. Just like funerals themselves are just so expensive. Guilt trip people into pains. You know, just so much for a casket. My aunt many years ago, when my uncle died, I think she paid over $20,000 for his funeral. And to me, when I die, I'd rather spend that $20,000 having one hell of a party with my friends. I mean, you could buy a good car for that. That's a real crime right there. But anyways, got the new Red Sonja. Got a Billy Tucci cover. Good old Billy. Billy's a good guy. Very, very good guy in the industry. One of the best. It came out on a Wednesday. I've got somebody that's been waiting on these too, so he's going to be very, very happy for that. Got a new issue of the Titans with a new team. And we pull this out, and looky there. Now this is not a UPS damage, that is a diamond damage. So one of the Scotty Young covers damaged for X-23. They certainly keep you on your toes at Diamond to make sure that to see if stuff is damaged or not. You got this Lady Death cover here. Brian Pulido, got to cover up the naughty bits. Very sexy Lady Death. We had a very sexy Lady Death many, many years ago for our for an appearance when Brian and Jerry Beck was here. Unfortunately, Stephen Hughes was supposed to be here, but Stephen was going through his cancer treatments at that time, and he was going to make it next time, but sadly, there was no next time for Stephen. Marvel, DC, or Walt Disney Showcase. Another variant on Amazing Spider-Man #1. Not much left in this box here. Transformers Unicorn set aside for a customer. We've got more of the Antimantium Agenda. Those are more different covers as Marvel is just milking the return of Wolverine. The big cash grab. She Could Fly from Dark Horse and Karen Berger, who used to be the editor at DC's Vertigo. Here we've got some blank covers for Amazing Spider-Man. This one already has been pre-colored for people. That is a damage. That damage wouldn't occur if it did have a protective cover. So I'm going to have to go through and check all those, make sure they're not smudged or have things that they really shouldn't have on there. And I was talking about Eric Larson earlier, and here you go, the new Savage Dragon. Buffalo Stew. Got to be careful as I'm looking through this book that Eric has a very, I don't know if you want to call it a bad habit. His books are very much on the edge of, this has to be bagged, and I have to make sure that no one under the age of 18 can find them, because they're, if you looked at some recent copies, you know what I mean. But I guess fortunately or unfortunately for me, all those copies are spoken for, so they don't even go out on the stands any longer. Okay, now we have this box here. This is the damaged box that may have the most damages in it. Again, I still do not have my Superman 1's regular covers, my Amazing Spider-Man 1 regular covers. And it looks like we've got another Transformers Lost Light is in this box here. Got a damaged copy to this Wonder Woman. This is a, hard to say if this is a publisher or a printing damage or a packaging damage, but it's damaged nonetheless. It's covered by Jenny. Let's see if I can get her name correct here. Oh, that's very, very nice. Looking forward to reading this issue of Wonder Woman. We've got X-23 #1. There's the regular covers. Or is it all new Wolverine? Does she feel that she's no longer worthy to be called Wolverine? Anyone has gone back to her original name? X-23. Got two of the party variant covers for Amazing Spider-Man 1. Those will get bagged up and priced up. Another Digisaurus with the logo at the bottom. A nice cover, but again, I digress. Kiss versus the Army of Darkness. So, you got that right there. New G.I. Joe, set aside for a customer. Put these comics over here. We can go through them. We've got more of these Turtles covers, Urban Legends. I know I've got some someplace around here. We'll just put those right there for right now. Archie doing their take on the Beatles' Abbey Road, except shouldn't somebody have their feet bare feet, because you know that Paul is dead. Fantastic Four, True Believers, these are a buck a piece. So this is great stuff. Great reprint material. Dethroned from Aftershock. Aftershock is a very good new up-and-coming company. Exiles. This book started off okay. I've not had a chance to read the most recent. Well, this is the most recent now, so I'll try to give that a read. Here we do have some more Kiss Army of Darkness. Put those down over here. Let's grab the stack of other new Image comics that we have here. Another copy of Musketeers. And this one here, the new Robert Kirkman. Was it Die, Die, Die? Is that what the title of this book is? This book is Die, Die, Die. I think that was the cover or the poster I just got that we have to try to find room to put up. And looking forward to reading this. See if Kirkman can catch lightning in the bottle again. SpongeBob. This is SpongeBob. You know, it's, what more can you say about SpongeBob? Okay, looks like we finally found our Amazing Spider-Man 1 covers. But first, we got Eternity Girl. That series is getting ready to come to an end. You've got the Detective Virgin covers. We'll put those with the detectives that are there. And I'll give these things a much better look-see once I am counting them out for damages, because I'm sure there might be some other books that are banged up. X-23, a variant cover, probably a 1 in 25. Another Red Sonja one. Here we go, we've got the Amazing Spider-Man regular covers, a great wraparound cover. Some new people in there. You've got Scorpion. I can't wait to read this. Hopefully this is a return to basics for the wall crawler. And speaking of the wall crawler, he lost one of his fathers this week, if you want to say that. Mr. Steve Ditko died this past week. Steve, very unique individual. He was 90 years old. He passed away in his apartment in New York City. Steve is somebody that never cared for the spotlight. When the Amazing Spider-Man, here we got Tap Dance Killer. When Amazing Spider-Man movie came out, or Spider-Man movie came out, everybody tried to get interviews with Steve, and he wanted nothing to do with it. Steve Ditko is somebody that he just wanted to create. He could care less about the fame that went with it, the spotlight. So unfortunately, Steve Ditko has left this world, and wherever he might be, I'm sure probably is very, very much hating all this spotlight and all this praise that he's getting these days. Steve, like I said, very unique individual. He's somebody that, if you wrote to him, his address and everything was very public. If you wrote to him, he would write you back. That is unheard of by today's standards, by today's creators. You know, write J. Scott Campbell, write Alex Ross, write Jim Lee, you know, Ed McGuinness, you know, Jonathan Hickman. See if they write back. You know, I might be wrong, but I doubt very likely that they would. Or they would send you a form letter that one of their people would send you. But Steve Ditko, the world is a much sadder place without his creativity. Steve was somebody that believed that there's no graves. everything was black and white with Steve. So unfortunately, Spidey lost one of his creators this week. So there's only Stan now. We've got the new Black Science. We've got the new Rat Queens. It's another cover there. There is Dead Hand from Image, the newest issue. Here's the other covers to Red Hood and the Outlaws. The other cover to Incredibles 2. Again, I am surprised it took this long to come out with an Incredibles comic. Maybe they felt that since Marvel was not doing Fantastic Four, that they would do their own Fantastic Four. You got Lost Light from Transformers. We've got New Mutants Dead Souls. I think there's one more copy of that to go. We've got Suicide Squad. They're going to be crossed over with Aquaman, I believe, next month. Elsewhere from Image. We've got Port of Earth. And we're still waiting to find... Okay, my battery ran out just as I was grabbing these books. Battery couldn't hang on for another 2 minutes, but there's the Superman 1 covers. Again, we'll count these up. I'll give this a read, and hopefully it's very, very well done. World of Tanks by Garth Ennis. Got guys that are big Garth Ennis fans waiting on this. And it looks like Grimm's Fairy Tales is the other cover that's in here. But that's it in this box. Certainly, if you like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, hit that bell to get notifications. Thank you. And may Steve Ditko, thank you, sir. Thank you for everything. Thanks for making Spider-Man amazing. Thank you.